In this video, we'll show you how to change the rear brake rotors and pads on your Ram 1500. You can find them on CarParts.com via the link in the description. For safety reasons, we strongly suggest watching our video on how to jack your Ram 1500 safely. Open the brake fluid reservoir. It is now necessary to release the electric parking brake in order to clear the grip on the disc. There is a manufacturer procedure for this vehicle. Turn the ignition on. Use the touchscreen to go to Settings, enter Brakes. Go to Brake Service and confirm. Insert a flathead screwdriver thin enough to fit between the two walls of the disc. It must be inserted before the caliper mount so that it can abut against it. Loosen the bolt holding the disc using a ratchet and a Torx T30 socket. Unscrew the bolt holding the disc. Then remove the screwdriver. Disconnect the ABS sensor cable from the brake hose. You can use a flathead screwdriver. Tip: attach a piece of electrical cable or a hook to the subframe. Block the rotation of the guide pins with a 24mm wrench and unscrew the slide pins back in using a ratchet and a 12mm socket. Finish unscrewing by hand. Remove the caliper. You can now hang it to the previously installed hook. Then remove the pad pressure springs. You can use needle nose pliers. Remove the brake pads. Using a flathead screwdriver, remove the anti-rattle clips. Using a ratchet and a 21mm socket, unscrew the two holding screws on the caliper mount. Finish unscrewing by hand. Depending on the state of the bolts on the caliper mount, it may be necessary to use a hammer to loosen them. Remove the caliper mount. Finish unscrewing the disc retaining bolt in order to remove it. Sometimes the disc may get stuck on the hub. If this happens, use a hammer to remove it. Finally, remove the disc. Clean the wheel hub with a wire brush, brake cleaner, and paper towels. You can order the discs and pads kit used in the video on CarParts.com via the link in the description. Before installing the new disc, it is vital to clean it using brake cleaner and paper towels to take off the storage paraffin. If your new disc is coated, you can place it directly onto the wheel hub. Put the new brake disc in place. Screw the retaining bolt back in until it makes contact. For great content, our best price, and fast shipping, download the CarParts.com app now. Using a wire brush, clean the caliper mount to remove any excess rust that could prevent the pads from sliding. Before installing the new caliper mount, apply a medium thread locker to prevent accidental unscrewing. Reassemble the caliper mount by screwing first by hand. Then with a ratchet and a 21mm socket to lock them in place. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. You need to check the sliding of the brake caliper slide pins and the condition of the caliper slide pin boots. If they look worn, you are advised to replace them with new ones. Get hold of the anti-rattle clips supplied in the kit. Put the anti-rattle clips on the caliper mount. Grab the new pads and lightly coat the ends with copper grease to help them slide more easily. Insert the new pads into the caliper mount by sliding them in. Put the pad pressure springs back in place. Press the piston into the brake caliper. For this operation, it is essential to have a brake windback tool, a special tool that allows you to push the piston back, making it easier to put the caliper back in place. As the piston enters the brake caliper, brake fluid will flow back into the brake fluid reservoir. Depending on the original level of the reservoir, make sure that the liquid does not overflow. Put the brake caliper back in place and screw in the slide pins by hand at first. Block the rotation of the guide pins with a 24mm wrench and screw the slide pins back in using a ratchet and a 12mm socket. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. Don't forget to remove the cable that you used to hold the caliper. Replace the ABS sensor cable in its slots. Again, use the screwdriver technique to stop the rotation of the disc. This will allow you to fully retighten the fastening bolt with a torque wrench. You can now repeat the same process on the other side. It is now necessary to reactivate the electric parking brake. Press the brake pedal. Activate the park brake switch. Clean the disc with brake cleaner and a cloth to remove the grease from the new pads. Then you will be able to put the wheels back on your vehicle. Put your truck back on the ground before properly fixing the wheels in place. Don't forget to screw the brake fluid cap back on before starting the truck. Try to drive smoothly and avoid sudden braking for the first 30 miles or so to avoid glazing the new pads. Operation complete.